Hey guys, welcome back to GeekJ, where we make tech tutorials and gaming simpler and better. Today we're tackling a must-know update for any game we've got Alt+Shift+L on, upgrading to FakeNVAPI to version 1.3.2. If you've got an AMD GPU, this is your key to smoother FrameGen lag-free gameplay. I'll demonstrate this in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, as we've been kind of using that game and I've been playing that game a lot lately. So let's jump in and get it done, boys. So what's new? Let me open up the main web page here. As always, I will have links in the description below. So if we go to the right side over here where it says releases and we click on the +13 releases, we will see we have a few updates. In the previous video, I demonstrated installing Alt+Shift+L, FakeNVAPI and DLSSD to FSR3, and we were using FakeNVAPI 1.2.2. So what's new, you ask? So as you can see, the major release was 1.3.1, and then we have a hotfix 1.3.2, and they have been released kind of back to back 3 days ago. So this means that the developer responds extremely quickly if there are any issues with his new releases and so on. So as you can see over here, the major change is that they refactored all of the latency reduction code. And of course, the Vulkan AntiLag Plus is added. We have a drop 32-bit support. I don't think anyone is using, let's say, 32-bit systems anymore. But anyway, reduce the DLL sizes and stuff like that. I think it was already kind of tiny, but yeah, probably in between code memory management, this is important. But what are the major features? I think that version 1.3.1 brought AntiLag to broader support, and it's AMD's killer feature for cutting input latency and making our swings and spells in the game feel instant. And I think it's huge for Oblivion Remastered because we are using frame generation, and most of the people I know, they are using frame generation. And with the latest update, I think it's 1.5.11 for Oblivion, they did address a lot of the, let's say, quest bugs and other crashing issues, but they have officially said that they will bring updates to performance and patch performance and all of the performance issues that a lot of people are facing with Oblivion Remastered in a later patch. So we kind of have to wait for that, and everyone is using frame generation even on really high-end hardware. So yeah, it's a very welcome update in my opinion. And then with 1.3.2, we just have some changes over here, which are hot fixes after the refactor. And yeah, it's probably mumbo jumbo for a lot of people that are not in the scene of coding and specifically in the gaming scene of coding. But yeah, obviously it fixes crashes and it makes some reflex sleep commands kind of available to AntiLag 2, which was not the case before. So yeah, guys, trust me, you don't want to skip this one. It's really important and it improves the FrameGen latency. So let's install it. We're gonna click on this FakeNVAPI.zip file, and as you can see, I have the file downloaded over here. We're gonna double click on this, and we can see it's the exact same contents as the previous files. So where do we copy this? As you remember from our previous video that you can find over here if you're curious on how to install Alt+Shift+L, FakeNVAPI and DLSSD to FSR3. We need to go into our main installation folder. Basically, if you're on Steam, you just right click on the game and then select the option Browse Local Files, and this is what I am gonna do. If you have a different version of the game, which I think it's the Game Pass version. It's somewhat similar, but I don't own the game over there, so I cannot really guarantee, so I'm not going to show you anything on the screen. So once you are in your Elder Scrolls for Oblivion Remastered main folder, we're going to go into the Oblivion Remastered folder, then the binaries, then Win64, and as you can see, we have the FakeNVAPI over here. It's an INI, and also we have the NVAPI64.dll. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just drag and drop these two files in here, replace the files in destination, and we are basically done with the installation. That was it. Pretty simple stuff. Files in place, awesome. Now let's verify it works. We're gonna fire up Oblivion Remastered, load a save, and then I'm gonna show you what we can do to verify this works. Okay, the game is loaded, and as you can see in our game settings, we have DLSS over here enabled. I'm on an AMD card. This is possible because I'm using OptiScaler, and through the DLSS DLLs, we're injecting whatever upscaler we want. The DLSS mode is DLAA, so that basically for FSR translates to native AA, and for XeSS it translates to XeSS AA, which is basically native resolution with the anti-aliasing implementation of each upscaler. Most of them it's just a version of TAA, which is a temporal version of anti-aliasing. No sharpness since I am on basically native resolution. We have frame generation on, and the reflex over here is also on. So I would suggest you just leave it on enabled and not mess around with the enabled plus boost, because it can get kind of wonky and crash your game. And also leave framing generation to on and not automatic, because through the spoofing method, it might think you have a NVIDIA graphics card that supports, let's say, DLSS 4, and if it tries to inject the DLSS 4 frame generation, which uses AI and stuff like that, it also can crash your game. So be mindful of that. Just use frame generation to on and set reflex also to enabled, and that's it. Apply changes if you have different settings over here, and then as you can see, we hit insert on our keyboard, and this seems to be working fine, right? We have DLSS G state on, and we are using FSR 3 through the DLSS. As you can see, DLL over here, we're injecting it. It's 3.1.4. I'm not using the FSR input values. And as you can see over here, it's pretty decent. And we have follow in-game reflex, and the conservative mode is selected for the latency flex mode. So basically the default settings. How can we know this is working? So now that we are in the game, we can press Alt+Shift+L all together, and as you can see on the top left of my screen, something appeared. If you want to make it a little bit more prominent, you can keep pressing until you see some words written over here like FPS, MS, and frames. And as you can see, we have the little white icon over there, which suggests we are using AntiLag 2 into this game. And as we saw earlier, you can see over here, if you don't know what that means, because AMD's documentation is not that clear, if you press the Shift, Alt, and L, you see the official AMD overlay, right? And the green arrow in the corner means driver level anti-lag, and it indicates that FakeNVAPI doesn't work. White, a white mark, means AntiLag 2 and Vulkan AntiLag Plus is actually working. So as you can see over here, if we're in the game, we do have the little white mark on the top left over there. So that means we are using AntiLag 2. And yeah, this feels very responsive. It's a lot better than before. So yeah, these numbers seem pretty high. It's because I am recording, I will mention it again, with OBS, and I am using the hardware level 8265, so it is using my GPU, and it does affect performance by quite a lot. So latency is the first thing that is gonna get hit hard, and on top of that we have a lower FPS. And we're done, guys. You're now rocking FakeNVAPI version 1.3.2 with AntiLag 2. If this tutorial helped you, smash that like button, subscribe for more geeky goodness, click on that bell to never miss a GeekJ video, and let me know in the comments how it's running for you guys. Thanks for watching, stay geeky, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.